Yenge Keno. I'm gonna start the music. I'm on Zoom, so I'm gonna hit the share because my other thing is out for the month. I have to renew it. But once again, welcome Kukwisi Ambote. I don't own the rights to the music, and then we're gonna get started. And it's not for redistribution of any kind. Kembo Hallelujah, Bayet and Kosi. All praises, Campbell, na Tata nZambi ya Mazulu, Mfumu Kyakuisa, nZambi Mawesha, nZambi Okabenisha, nZambi Monene, nZambi Mfumu Tlenda Kongo, Bayete and Kosi, Kembo, hallelujah. I want to quickly say Ambote, welcome once again. Kusikamene, for those of you who are, if it's in the morning where you are, Awe Nusiemi, Kembo Tekeno, Luvuvamu, Yala. And I hope that Yalam Kuvu is with you all and that you are not connected or to the Nti Yapome, which I told you is the knowledge of good and evil. And that's why today's message is going to be very revealing about some things. You know, I'm watching and I'm listening to people. And, you know, one of the things that I do in my ministry is I look for changes in people's behavior. Now, I know as a person, I'm still working on myself and to continue to find the way of the Most High. We're seeking this way. But I'm going to talk about a deception of not understanding the concept of how they want to keep lying to you is the shapeshifters, which they're going to tell you they don't exist. That's the biggest problem. And two, they're going to make people think that they're the Most High, always. I'm going to show you a video that's on Facebook. Hopefully it's in the public domain, so it's not going to get a strike or anything, talking about the fake Yahweh. And What you don't understand, and his father is Lucifer and the other watchers. And one of the things that I'm going to tell you is that's why when it talks about the book of Lily, okay, they took her out. It's the fake Yahweh who wrote the Bible, okay? The fake Yahweh is really Enlil and Enki, okay? They have a different version of the Adam and Eve story and what they have taught people. They also have various different versions of their own creation to make people go the wrong way, okay? That's why you have where the children of Noka started to be deceived by them, okay? And the one thing, and I'm going to talk about who he is, and this is the Masonic world is lying about it, is Simon the Sorcerer was a Bantu, okay? He was a Bana Betu nZolele. They call him Master Guru Isa Jesus Christ. Now remember I just said Isa. Because ISA is also ESUA, Yesuwe, okay? But it can have a duality meaning with the spirit that you're under, because Isaiah is also Isaiah. So many of the people in the Bible that read the Bible, and this is why Kimbangu said we must catch the thief with what he stole. The problem is those who are working in an ulterior motive to continue to deceive people are working for this guru, okay? Now, he knows all of the history of the Most High because Lucifer was there, everybody was there. But see, this is why Tata nZambi would tell us, make sure you know the spirit, because the Anunnaki are black. And they also, like I said, this is why they don't ever want to believe it, but they also made the white people. That's the whole coding behind when they tell you babies come from storks. There's a secret societies are telling you, you come from Atlantis. You come from Thoth. You come from Hermes. You come from Nergal. And Nergal was a black god originally. That's why when they did the movie Gods of Egypt, that was him that was multiplying himself several times in the movie, walking around with all the knowledge and what he was doing. And he had an assistant of a baboon he called Baby. Okay? That's why when you see the movie about Rafiki, which we know means friend in Swahili, they put the baboon there as when it says, you're a baboon and I am not, when he hit him over the head. Okay? So he's showing you, you don't know who you are, or Ungubani. Okay? Remember who you are, Ungubani, is not just about remembering who you are, but also understanding who your high priest is. What confuses even the most knowledgeable seer, or also anyone like the Lemba or the Malawi or any other people who are studying scripture, is the Most High did complete and fulfill the law, but the sorcerer is going to make you think that he didn't, or that you don't have to follow it his way. Those are the two things that he does in his trickery. He's also going to make you continue to think that he is the high priest and he's the only one. Okay? When I was talking to this brother, and I feel really bad for him because now I understand his torment and many others as well, like mine. I know my torment is because he is trying to destroy my ministry, because that is my job. My job is to expose that wizard. Now, when I read, that's why he wants to tell you in certain scriptures, oh, that's not true, this and that. It's because they always want you to worship the Anunnaki gods when it comes to those people who are involved in their mystery schools, because that's who's been teaching them. Their knowledge comes from the cube. That's why they mocked it in the movie Transformers, and they hate the Most High, but they're going to pretend like they love him. The sorcerer is always going to say he hates the Most High, but he's going to pretend like he loves him. And he's going to make you think that he does too, when in reality, he hates the high priest that came. Okay? So his mentality will be always to take you away from the real high priest to the imposter. That's why Tata nZambi said you must always check the spirit that's talking to you. And that not everything that is being revealed to you in the spirit is coming from him, because these false gods also like to give you delusion. And that's why Tata nZambi said he can put you under a strong delusion if you believe a lie. And one of the things that he made very clear to people is that you don't touch his anointed. Now, one of the things that happened in Christianity and the other beliefs that you have is they think that they're anointed by the Creator, but what they have become anointed by is the guru, is the wizard, is the warlock. Okay? People are going to say, oh, no, I don't believe that, because that's the spell. Now, let's talk about what happened with Ntinu Saola and Ntinu Salama. The sorcerer is Sol Amon, and he is black because Nimrod was black. Okay? So was Tammuz, by the way. All right? So was Cain. Cain was black. So don't let Cain twist it. He was a melanated person, and his curse was he became non-melanated. When him and Abele fought, that's why I told you Kuswa Kongo came to fulfill the vengeance of what happened with Kaina and Abele, but Cain is going to always take you away from that promise. Okay? Now, this is what happens when you turn your heart away from the Father, and this is what happens when you start to believe the lies of the Anunnaki. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. People don't even know how often this is. That's how we became scattered so many times. That's how we became divided. That's how the world became the way it is today, because these are Lucifer's children that he formed through Tata Adama and Lily. When he tricked Adama to go and be with Lily, they create. It's like I'm gonna tell you how it works. When you are with the whore, you are making children with the whore. And these people become these Anunnaki gods that you don't remember, especially if you're from the Most High's chosen. That's why they love us to be under their control, because their children have more power because of the fact that we become from the promise. Okay? And of course, I'm going to give you some secrets here, because this is going to help you understand how the sorcerer operates, because he's black. And that's when I did the video. That's why now they're frantically panicking, is because what Putin did and what other people are now saying is, oh, well, Jesus Christ was black. Yeah, but so was the sorcerer. So you got to be careful. He was from the tribe of he was from the Bana Betu as well, but like when they talk about the Masonic world knows that they know he studied in Egypt. Okay? So did we. We built, when we were in captivity, we built much of the knowledge that much of the Egyptians did with our understanding from Tata nZambi and Pungu. Yes, when Yosefu, I actually will tell you, and we have been discussing, that's why I knew the Most High was going to start sending some other people. I have now been in touch with this spirit because this is how I'm being treated. And I knew this, okay? The concept is, it's all about the book of Job. It's about Job, and we're going to get into that. And we're going to talk about what the devil is always trying to get you to do. Now, in organized religion, and this is where they have been, this is where the Anunnaki and the Watchers and all of them have been so deceptive, is they're acting like you're not cursing the Father when you always are, because they hate the Most High's creation. And they hate anyone who's fighting for the Most High and his creation. But if you're not careful, they will turn you. And then you will start preaching for them in all different forms. And then the living water ceases to come from Kuswa Kongo and is now coming from the fake Yahweh, the guru. But his water is tainted. It's never living. It's poisoned. Okay, that's what happened with Mama Eva. She got poisoned. And they put it in the movie, and it's right there. He poisoned her because she didn't discern the water had now changed. Okay? That's how the Mfumu Yesuwe, his water is living. The sorcerer's water is tainted. It's poisoned. Okay? And if you're not careful, his poison water will turn you into the opposite of the creator, whether you know it or not, because now you're under the spells. You're under the Mabus. And you're hypnotized by his deception. Okay? Now, he uses righteous people to trick you that he is also righteous, meaning that he will go and he'll use the people who did receive the Holy Spirit and use them as a smoke screen to cover up the fact that he is being deceptive. So he covers himself, or he goes and he puts himself under these people, like these people. So it's hard for you to notice whether it's him or the holy people, the Basantu. Okay, this is part of the trick that the Catholics use. When they sprinkle themselves with holy water, what they're actually using is Tata nZambi's servants, so that you have a harder time. And it's like, well, doesn't that hurt them? Doesn't that? I said, no, because what they do is they are using what's called, what did they call that spell? It's like, can't call it. It's like this, they're saying, well, this can't be because they're wicked. And it's like, no, what they're doing is they're allowing themselves, because they're already in pain. Okay? So they can stand the pain. They know that the pain that they're going to tolerate the pain in order to fool you. Okay? So it's like they know they don't like the pain, but bringing you to hell is worth their pain. Okay? So it's like they're going to suffer, but they're already suffering because they're in hell. And they're trying to bring you to their realm with them, so you suffer with them. That's the whole thing about that. Okay? So they will masquerade as they're being tormented so that you will join them in their torment, because they know already where they're going to go. Okay? And that's why you don't see the delusion, because they can hide their torment from you better than you can. That's why he can pretend, like I said, he pretends to be good when he's all bad and he's under torment, but he can mask it with spells. Okay? This is really, I mean, it's kind of difficult to explain it, because this, when they said the devil masquerades as an angel of light, is like he can stand the torment in order to bring you to his torment. Okay? And that's kind of what Paola was saying and all the others. And the sorcerer, he knows he's under torment, but he will do whatever it takes to get you to be a part of his torment. Okay? This is what's going on with many people don't know as to how they will operate. So now when we share, I'm going to share the book of Yove. Well, I'm going to share the video about this false god. Remember, he's under torment always. Okay? So I'm going to play part of it, and you're going to see, you know, he's black. This is also, he was also Xerxes. He was.
Did you know Enlil, also known as Yahweh in biblical texts, is an Anunnaki alien who masqueraded as God in the Garden of Eden? Enlil was a formidable warrior.
Okay, so now he says he masqueraded as God in the Garden of Eden. Okay, he masqueraded as God in the Garden of Eden. But where did he come from? Who is he? So if he masqueraded as God, that means he's Lucifer. So he turned himself black. But originally, Lucifer and the other angels that fell, they were also like this. Okay? So this is Lucifer, and the Watchers are the Anunnaki, as well as the Anunnaki children. They have the same title, they just break it up into categories with the Nephilim in there. Okay? They're all part of the Anunnaki. And they're all part of the Nibiru and all this, and what they want to call mega, you know, Cybertron and whatever they did in the movie Transformers, because they're at war. Because the Most High, that's why they're always looking for Hanukkah. They're looking for Hanok. The reason why they're looking for Hanok is because Hanok can judge them. He is the living water. Okay, so Hanukkah he is the living water that is connected to Masindisi, Yesaya, Mfumu or Yesuwe, who is the opposite of the guru of Isa. Okay? So now, when we talk about this awakening, they are in it. They have been, these are the people that, when you talk about what happened in 1885 and before, they are the ones that tricked us to stay in the wilderness. Because what the devil will always do is he will make an offering or an offer to keep you in your torment that you should never have been. Because that's why when Kongo, when he said, okay, and I'm going to go to Yobe, this is what the Most High has done to his own children too. Okay? And this is what we did when we joined Rome, because Rome, they were all about torment. If you go back in their history, that's why they were torturing people. That's because that God I just mentioned, he became Jupiter. He became Saturn. The Most High brought curses upon them to change their images, but they can use witchcraft to look like anybody. So that's why when you go to the book I called Between Kepa and Paula, when they were showing him he could change himself into a child, he could change himself into an old woman, he could change himself. He was a changer. He was a chameleon. He was blending, which is what the devil does in order to trick people to follow him And that's the whole purpose of why the Most High had to tell us, check the spirit. Because it could be one of these Anunnaki that you don't know. They were worshipped by the Canaanites. That's why I told you the word Canaan comes from their name. Okay? But at the same time, they can be anybody. They can look like you, they can look like me, they can look like anybody that they see. And they even pretended to be Mayamona back then and now. Okay? That's why for them to see you is okay. But for you to see them, oh, that's a problem. Okay? Now, the Messiah, who has all authority of the Most High, he was here from the beginning, Yalam Kubu. He was fighting against these gods from the beginning. Okay? He was fighting against the witch from the beginning. He was fighting against these false gods. This is what the Mwanda does. When it says the Most High put his spirit on the earth, okay, the Mwanda Velada is there to combat the wicked side. And of course, the mockery is Star Wars. Remember the part where he says, you turn to the dark side. That is the goal of the wizard, is to turn you to the dark side of the force and not be on the good side. That's why they're mocking Tata nZambi as Yoda, and they're lying about it. That is Yave Kongo, okay? And they made him, because he says he's like an olive, they turn him into the green olive instead of the brown olive. That's a mockery. That is also representing Masindisi, Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is Mfumu Kusoko, the Messiah. So the people in Hollywood are always doing blasphemy. Cain hates his mother and his former father. Okay? Cain is always going to show hatred against Tata Adama and Mama Eva because he got cursed by the Most High, and now what he wants to do is turn you to the dark side. Always. So I'm going to talk about the story of Yahweh, because this is exactly what the Most High was saying is, do you notice this person? He is upright. He is doing well. Oh, I'll get him to turn his heart and curse you. No, you won't. Now, when it comes to what happened is the devil does this all the time to those, especially those who come from him. Okay? That's why these Anunnaki are going to take the Most High scriptures and make it to where they modify it always so that you will give the praise to Enlil and Enki and not Tata Kongo, Tata nZambi. Okay? That is the goal of what Lucifer is about, is to turn your heart away from the truth and believe the lies. And like King Kongo will tell you, and Tata nZambi says, then you will be under a strong delusion so that you will believe that lie. You will stay in that delusion until you realize that you have messed up. And the whole world is in this concept, is that when you get knowledge from somebody, whether it's an elder, whether it's anybody you talk to, and this knowledge comes from the Anunnaki, and you don't check it, okay, you're going to go. That's the whole reason why Paul had to say, if anyone comes teaching you another Messiah that we did not preach, then you will go with that spirit. And that's exactly what the guru wants you to do. He's going to always want to be the Messiah and not the one that was sent to do his job, who wanted many like him. That's why I keep telling you, if they're not making more like themselves, then this person is that guru, Isa, Jesus Christ, that's black, that's buried in Omar, like I told you on that, when I played it on the last video, when the guy was talking about you cannot have a pale prophet, and the prophet always goes for the poor, okay, or the oppressed, okay? But at the same time, when you're working with the oppressed, you cannot lead them to the wolves in sheep's clothing. That's what a worker of iniquity is. When Mfumu says, you work, and said, didn't I cast out demons in your name? Didn't I do this? Didn't I do that? Be gone from me. What the guru wants is that to happen to you. The sorcerer, these wicked demons who masquerade in whatever form they want you to get in front of the high priest and get kicked out like them. That's part of the reason why they want you to teach angry. They want you to get mad. I was having a conversation with our brother, and he said that's the goal that he said the Mwanda said that this was part of the rebuke. And I'm gonna even tell it right now. The way you stop this is you tell Tata nZambi, in your prayer, Tata nZambi, turn your wrath against those who seek my harm. And he said he was delivered when he did that. When he was speaking with one of the elders, I guess he was one of the, I don't know if he was a Tokus, I don't know what he was, but he was praying with this elder. And it says here, there was a man in the land of Uts whose name was and this is Yobe. This man was blameless and upright, meaning that the Most High found favor in him, and he feared Tata nZambi, and he shunned evil. 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. This is where the secret societies are using their number 10 to mock. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, and 5. There's your 357. Pairs of oxen and 500 female donkeys. Now they want to turn it into the female donkey, really. That's what the guru is trying to do. That's why they want you to act like animals, but think like it's like an animal walking upright, but you don't know it. As well as great number of servants, so that he was the wealthiest man in the East. It was a custom of his mana to have banquets, each set on a day in his own house, and they would invite 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. After a cycle of banquets, Yobe would send for them to come and be consecrated. Then he would get up early in the morning and offer burnt offering for each of them. Okay, and Yobe said, "My sons have sinned," and Yobe said, "My sons have sinned and blasphemed Tata nZambi in their thoughts." In their thoughts. This is what Yobe did every time. They might have sinned, okay? In their thoughts. This is what many people don't know is the trick of the wizard. He's going to get you to do blasphemy in your thoughts and turn your heart away from Tata nZambi by doing what? The opposite of his will. Now, one of the things that's so stupid with this dragon is he's going to try to do it by force or trickery. by rigging the game, which is what he has been doing for I don't even know how, I mean, since the beginning, okay? So the goal is the fake Yahweh, like I just told you, he showed up in the garden as an imposter, okay? Is how he was able to pretend to be Tata nZambi and convince them that his way was better than the Most High's, and they fell. Okay? However, he was the product. He was the product of Lily and Lucifer. And then when Adama fell, he created more. And Mama Eva fell, she created another one. Okay? In the spiritual realm, this is what starts to happen. When you now go with the harlot and the whore, you now make children with her. And they become spiritual beings, and you loose them in the heavens and you loose them on earth, and they start to trick people to follow their mother and their father. Okay? And it happened in the day that the sons of Tata nZambi came to serve Tata nZambi, and among them came the adversary. Remember, he's always there. Whenever you, now I want you to remember that. Whenever you come to serve the Most High, the adversary is always there. Every time. It doesn't matter where you are, but the problem is, this is the deception on the religions that they made. The adversary is teaching. That's the problem. So if the adversary starts to become the teacher, then are you going to ever learn how to defeat him? No. But he's going to make you think that he did. So then anyone that now comes to fight against the adversary, his job is to trick you into cursing the Most High. This is what happened in the kingdom of Kongo the Ntotela several times. And even now, we are still doing it without even knowing we are doing it. Okay? And this is the concept of when it says the Most High will send thee a strong delusion. So what that means is you're going to think that you're blessing the Most High when you're cursing him, when you believe that you're following the right way when you're not. Or when you go and you think that you're going to do something that the Most High wants you to do and you want to do the opposite, that's it for you. It's like, no, I can't. If you're not going to do what I asked you to do, then you go your way and I go mine, and now you go to the other side. That's what the devil wants when he says, I have now taken you to the dark side. How you go on the dark side is you don't do what the Most High wants you to do. You do what he wants. Okay? So now, so the point is, what I'm trying to make is the sorcerer is going to always try to get his biggest threat, the one who really doesn't want to disobey the Most High, to turn his back on the Most High. So then the Most High will then turn his back on him or her. This is what the role of Gog was, and what continues to be the objective of those who stay under the wealth. Because the sorcerer wanted to buy the Holy Spirit, and they said, you cannot. So then he's going to start to trick you into thinking he can sell you the Holy Spirit when he can't, when he doesn't have it, when he's using false power. Okay? But then he will also trick the people that work for the Most High to do the opposite of what the high priest wants you to do. Okay? That's why they will never see the error of their way if they don't see themselves and what they did wrong. Anybody who doesn't recognize their own mistake and take accountability for it, you now are like Cain, you are like Enlil, you are like Enki, you're like all these other things that say, we don't sin against the Most High, we hate him. Okay? Or we are on the side of of Megatron, the goat god. Okay, anyway. All right. So now the adversary, where are you coming from? The adversary said, from roaming the earth. So everybody gonna keep saying, oh, the devil's down in hell in the hellfire. Stop listening to these. His pastors are full of it. No, he is walking the earth. Does he come looking like a dragon when he does that? No. When he is roaming to and fro on the earth, he is not looking like the beast. This is how people keep getting tricked. He's going to look like you, me, anybody else. He's going to look like whomever. And he has power behind him. Okay? From roaming, and where does this power come from? The people who should know better. The people who need to stop sinning. Okay? Myself included. I'm not saying, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. No. Myself included in that. Okay? From roaming to the earth, wandering here and there, the adversary, did you know my servant Yahweh, that there's no one like him on earth, a blameless? See, he's saying that. Nobody on earth is like Yahweh. He is the best of right now. So he is what? A king. He represents my people. He represents me as a king on this earth. He is better than anyone. No one can touch him. Understand this concept. Okay? And he said, you have put a protective hedge around him. Bango. When you are blameless, when you are upright, when you fear the Most High, when you shun evil, there is a hedge of protection. Who is running that hedge of protection? The Yave Kongo, the angels. Understand this. Okay? So that means he can't touch you. Hey, anywhere I run around this guy, I'm blocked. No, they're like, nah, get away from him. You can't touch this guy. I don't think people really understand the context of what it really means to have the Most High protecting you. That means you're untouchable. I can't get to him. No matter what I try, you block it. That's why he's going to put somebody. Now, how did you think he tried to get through Yahweh? His wife. What did she do? She even tells him later on in the story, you're going through all of this. Why don't you just curse the Most High and die? Which means that her heart did what? She couldn't stand the suffering. She couldn't handle it. I'm like, oh, I can't. We were, and remember, as his wife, she is the queen. Now the queen is telling him, Just curse the Most High. What? Are you crazy? And die. Okay? Hear everything he has in your hands, except that you are not to lay a finger on his person. Did you see there? Did you see there? And Lucifer obeyed it. He did everything but that. Everything but that. When you see what happened to Kimbangu and Toko, the Most High gave him permission to do that. You're not paying attention to how the Most High really thinks when it comes to how he wants to embarrass this idiot. But the goal is now, because our nation told the Most High, we turn our back on you, the hedge is removed. You see, in the kingdom of Congo de Ntotela, what kept the hedge in place is exactly what we're talking about with Yobe. They talk about this same hedge. We still had a hedge to where Rome could not completely annihilate our kingdom, even though they occupied it. The only time, the reason why Rome was even able to touch us is because we let the imposters in. We let Lucifer come in and rule in the temple and be the king. That's what Herod was. Herod was Lucifer. 100%. The Most High is like, are you people stupid or what? You have Lucifer ruling over you as a king. Have you lost your mind? That is what Masindisi was talking about, Fumu when he said, you have let Lucifer run the temple. You have let Lucifer be the king. So of course, you have cursed this whole land, because he has spelled you. That's why he said, those of you who are being in obedience to the Most High, I am not here for you. I am here for those who have been brought to disobedience. The Anunnaki are always going to want you to believe that they are the gods. So they are always going to want to give you a message that makes that fake Yahweh King Kongo. And see, the problem was when Solomon turned his heart away from Tata nZambi, he became the king of the Anunnaki, of Enlil, of Enki, of Enkidu, of all these other gods. He became the king of Lucifer's kingdom. Understand that. So then now, instead of working for Tata nZambi and Pungu, he's working for Enki. He's working for Enlil. He's working for Lucifer. Cursing the nation. He is now like the Guru Master Isa, Jesus Christ, because that is Nimrod, that is Solomon, that is Cain. And yes, they speak Congo very well, fluent. That's one of the reasons why, if you are filled with the water of the Messiah, they want you to not, and see, this is what's going to be so funny. I love this by Tata nZambi. He's like, they're thinking they're going to keep preventing people from having this connection. Watch what I'm going to do. They said, obviously, that's why I'm so glad that I met that guy who said that I know that I have seen these visions of myself. I saw myself in Egypt. And he knows Africa stuff very well. And he didn't even have to go. He's been following the teachings, but it's like he knows even more. I was like, man, you really breaking some stuff down here. Okay? And I have told people, there's going to be others. I'm not the only one. That said, I'm out here. I know why I'm out here. It's because my job is to challenge these Anunnaki and catch them in their lies and continue to expose the fact that I know the difference between the real Yave Kongo and the Yave Ba'al. The problem is when you go after the Most High's anointed, anyone that he's anointed, I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about across the world. Because like I told people, you don't know who's been anointed and who hasn't. So you got to be careful what you say. Because what will happen is Lucifer now, he lets you run off at the mouth and say something incorrect because you're angry and you have cursed the Most High and you don't even know it. And see, people don't even know this has happened with some people. They don't even know. I said, hey, many of us, that's one of the reasons why I did in my ministry. I said, look, don't do like what Yahweh didn't do. Yahweh never got tricked to go and curse the Most High, no matter what Satan did to him. Not one time. The whole purpose of the secret societies, the whole purpose of the Luciferian elites, the whole purpose of the wealthy is to get you to curse the Creator daily. And they're paying you to do it. That's why you think you're blessed. That's why you think that you have wealth. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing great out here. No. The whole system that they created was to get you to blaspheme the Creator. And they're even mocking him in his image and everything that they do. And then the greatest thing that they do, I'm going to talk about the scripture right now. Anger is their greatest weapon. Watch this. Ephesians episode 4. Be angry, but don't sin. Don't let the sun go down before you have dealt with the cause of your anger. I'm going to tell you right now, this is why you won't see me entertaining the people that I know for a fact are worshiping the Anunnaki. But they will say that they're not. Okay? I know that I am being tormented to stop exposing them, which is why they want to destroy my ministry. That's their goal. That joker I just showed you in the video, he and I are doing this every day. Even in the spirit realm, we are fighting. He is in my house trying to be, he's coming through your television, that joker there. He's coming through to the airwaves on the music. Okay? He's Hollywood. He's the entertainment industry. He's the the churches. He's all the mosques, he's everything. That's why they built the internet, so he could be omnipresent, like the Most High, like Tata nZambi. Like he can be everywhere because that's what he does. And don't think he just come out looking like the white Jesus. I don't think so. Or the white Allah or the Muhammad or Buddha. No. Why do you think there are those who say, we know these people are trying to trick us. Why are you listening to them? Why do you watch TV? Why the Chinese them, they sit there saying, many of them say, yeah, we know they're trying. Dude, Enlil and Enki are running the Chinese government. But guess what? They run in the Korean government, they run in the Russia. Well, Putin trying, that's why they said, ooh, Putin trying to bring down the New World Order because now he realized, I prayed to Enki, I prayed to Enlil. But at the same time, that's also the guru, Master Isa, Jesus Christ, that's in the house of Omar, that the guy was saying, who was black. And he hates Tata, he hates Adama, he hates Adama ya Kongo, and he hates Mama Eva. And he loves Lily, the whore, the harlot. And she was also black. Okay? This is how they turn the days of Noka right back on you. And you don't even see it because they are magicians. They run off of the power of the dragon's wand. You have dragons that can turn into people. They're gonna. I don't even. This might not run. They might take it down. Okay. You got reptiles that can transform into people. You better know. Because that's why they're going to keep telling you, oh, no, dinosaur. And nah, man. They put the whammy on some people, Mabus. And the way they put the biggest way to put the whammy on you is to get you to sin in your anger. Because when you sin in your anger, you curse the Most High. And you curse somebody. Remember what Kuswa Kongo said. You can blaspheme the Father. You can blaspheme the Son. But you cannot do what? Blaspheme the Wanda. This is the goal of that sorcerer when he's dealing with someone who has the Wanda Semi, the Wanda Velala, is to get you to curse someone, to curse the Wanda. Now, what Tata nZambi has said is, because he sent his people out into the captivity, those who would be coming back were those who would be in obedience to the Wanda. Okay? That's why we're really working hard to not grieve the Wandas. But see, the concept is, this is why I said, don't listen to anybody who tells you how to lift curses. And we're going to go over Psalms 51 in a minute. Okay? The sorcerer is always going to trick you that you can lift a curse the Most High put on you. Always. The Most High cannot break his own law to lift a curse. He won't do that. Then he is not good all the time. Musindisi, who never broke the Most High's law, cannot go out and now break the Most High's law to raise a curse off of you. But he's going to use his abracadabra spells and say, oh no, that's not true. You can go do this, you can go do that. Because why? They work for that wicked wizard. Abracadabra, oh no, this is not how it works. That's going to be Puff the Magic Dragon liars, because the wizard wants your power. Because he's a dead god. Okay? He's not the living God, he's the dead God. But he looks like he's living with all of his magic and wizard and sorcery that you believe. That's why this whole world is under the strong delusion that they serve the true God of creation. And that's why you can be put under a strong delusion when you argue against something the Most High did or wants you to do. See, like I said, arguing against the Tata nZambi is like rebelling. So then it's like, he's going to warn you so many times, and then it's like, bye, I can't use you. He said, this is how I want it. If you don't like it, there's the door. Because he is the ultimate one that makes the decisions. And so if he has shown you the door and you're gone, then who is your God now? That fake Yahweh. Okay? So like I told you, there's a Yave Kongo and there's a Yave Ba'al. The Most High's house is the house of Yah Kongo, and and Lucifer's house is the house of El. But the house of El masquerades like the house of Yah Kongo. And he's gonna trick you no matter what to do what? Like do what the opposite, like what he said. Yobe's wife said, man, you're going through all of this suffering, you're going through all of this, and you're frustrated. Curse the Most High and die. And what he means by die, it means you turn yourself over to the dark side. See, that's when Masquerading, when he talks about how a workers of iniquity, it means that you cannot go to the dark side and then use my name to start helping people. And what he means by that is you are now bringing the people to the wolves in the sheep clothing to devour my sheep. That's not okay. You are no different now than the imposter. That's why he said, woe unto the shepherds that feed themselves and not my flock. And see, the concept is, that's why I told you, the world is under the strongest delusion ever. You're doing everything but feeding the flock. They have given you every other thing except that. So then when you actually do feed the flock, the wizard is going to try to make you like Yobe, curse the Most High. Curse him out. Oh, why did you make me do this for, Father? I'm suffering. Okay? That's the whole concept of what happens to anybody that is in the position to help the sheep that then get tricked into cursing the Father. And you do that with anger. Like it says it right here. Okay, let me go to the next part. Okay? When you go, and like I said, this book is not fake. I don't know why people want to act like it don't exist, because she's trying to hide herself. The Book of Lily. when she comes in there and she starts telling people what she did, that's why when I told people, man, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I saw the sister and I love her. I still love her. She and I had many wonderful conversations together because she was a part of my growth. Because the Most High anointing I really felt is on her in that the sister vessel of Yah. Okay. There were many things that we talked about, and I'm like, wow, that's powerful. Okay. And when I saw her, it came on my screen when she did this prophecy. I said, now I started to put the pieces together of what she's talking about, and I remember the name that Lucifer hates and who founded that city. And I remember they put it in coding what's coming to America. Oh, you have, this X marks the spot is not just, remember who the X-Men are. You have the fake, remember, I'm going to tell you the whole purpose of the X-Men. What do you have? You have those who are on the bad side, and then you have those who are on the good side. They're fighting each other, right? Supposedly they're on this, okay? Remember the one that says Armageddon, X-Men Apocalypse or something like that, right? I think that's what it was called. Yeah, yeah. Remember in the beginning, you had the false Messiah that they were now fighting against this guy who came out of where? Egypt. Oh, you better pay attention. Where did the sorcerer go to study his magic? In Egypt. He learned from the Anunnaki. He learned from the Watchers. He learned, that's why he said when he came among the people, he was like a god. Whoa, you look like Tata nZambi. Who is this guy? So now when you look at this story, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, that woman is always going to hate Tata Adama and hate Mama Eva. I keep telling you, don't act like that story about, you know who that story about Snow White is us. Somebody even was breaking it down. A lot of these fairy tales are mocking Bantu people's, it's mocking the Bantu people's deception against the Most High. We are the Snow White that bit the apple and went to sleep. Remember when I told you, while men slept, the enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. The wizard is always going to make you think it's only one certain group of people. Oh, you don't know. There are so many other people. There are Asian people. There are Native Americans. There are black people. There are white people that work for this guru, Esau. And their goal is one common thing. Never let that God who was out of Egypt die. Keep them in Egypt no matter what you do, no matter how it goes, no matter what it is, we're always going back to Osiris and Ishtar and Isis. Enlil, Enki, what was her name? Enkidu, all Asherah. Okay, this book is about Asherah. Okay, I was talking to my brother, and it was like, yeah, he is already manifesting the living water as he taught. And I told him, I'm like, you know, the concept is anybody who demonstrates the living water power and is not connected to the Anunnaki, you are a dangerous person. Or bowing down to these false gods, you are a dangerous person to them. And they will do anything and everything and all they can do to keep you with the fake Yahweh and turn you to the fake Yahweh and make you start prophesying like them. That's what happened when Intino Saola wanted to kill Davidi. Okay? Who do you think that spirit was? The fake Yahweh. When the prophets, the Nabi, got sawed asunder and killed by their own people, who do you think was doing that? The fake Yahweh. The imposter, the Anunnaki. The demigod, the Thor and all that. Okay? Thor was black. His original image is Tammuz. Tammuz was black. There's even, why do you think that when they went through all the Greek gods, they actually put, what was it? They were watching one of them. I said, wait a minute. They put the real version of Apollo out there as a black guy. I said, they don't even see that. There's a movie that came out with the Greek gods and they started to be black. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Okay. The next one was, what was it? I noticed it too. I said, wait, that they told the truth here. And they covered it up. It was coded, and I said, do you see what they're putting out here? Because see, they're behind the whole androgyny thing. You don't get it. But at the same time, they are also about making sure you scatter the sheep and don't bring them together. They always want to bring division. And that's the whole concept is when they turn you into the wicked version of Solomon, that is the whole goal. You will now divide the sheep instead of gathering them. And that's when Masquerading says, I cannot use you. You can't help me. What are you doing? Now he came and said, I have come to separate those who want to love these Anunnaki gods from the ones who want to love my Father. But he said at the same time, you cannot go serving them to bring in my sheep. No way. This is how they have the Christians thinking. This is how they have the Muslims thinking. This is how they have Judaism working. This is how they have all these other religions out here, Buddhism, everything. They don't understand. That's why this is called the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, even the house of Nseta believed the Anunnaki's lies and got messed up. And Methuselah was like, what are you doing? Even he got tricked too. One of them Anunnaki belonged to him. And then he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, okay? He had to repent. Because the concept is, even Noka, he's like, man, you know, he's drinking, the alcohol had him doing, like, he's like, man, okay, what spirit is in there? This woman, She drunk with the wine. Oh yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a grape or if it's an apple. It's still poison. Okay. The forbidden fruit. The forbidden fruit is this woman. Oh, the snake eyes. Ooh. Oh. You see? The woman of the night. She don't just get you to have it's lust is not just about sex. It can be about money. It can, and see, let me talk about the 7 deadly sins. And this is all their name. Okay. The demon of pride. This is why you cannot have a prideful heart. I'm learning this a lot. Okay, you go through these seven gods, and they're gonna always do this to you. You see who the Lord of the flies are? Okay, Lord of the Flies. That's the McFly family. Who are they? So even as you go and you do the testament of Solomon, remember what happened to Solomon. He got tricked by the woman to go to the other side. Okay? Then you have, let's see, where's that one that I had pulled it up. I don't know. It's the classifications of demons. Let me see it. See, this is why you cannot mix the pagan and the non-pagan together. You just can't do it. You see these right here? This is the problem with the whole world, pride. Oh, that's why they keep talking about have pride in this, have pride in this, have pride, 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 pride. What are you spreading? Lucifer. Now, when you love Tata nZambi and you love the Most High, it's an affectionate understanding that no one is better than my Father. And of course, you want to defend him. But at the same time, it's very important to know, okay, you could turn into him if you're not paying attention. See, now watch this. You have these here, wrath. See, when you go to wrath, okay, that's why the prophet, the Nabi, the Balangoki said, do not let, it's okay to be angry, but don't let it turn into wrath. And you better get to the source of it, or you're going to become who? The dragon. Okay? Then you have this one. Okay? Then you have everybody. See, the rich people, this is their God. So this is why they have now convinced you, oh, this is how you become successful. This is how you become a billionaire, millionaire, these type of things. And as a Bana Betu of nZolele, you are not supposed to bow down to this God. Once you do, guess who you just became? The fake Yahweh, the false one. Okay? This is why they use their trick to make you love poverty and take the scriptures and they manipulate it so that you keep putting what? The money in the storehouse of the wrong God. Everything is designed to do that on the earth. You're filling up the storehouse of the enemy. But you cannot fill up the storehouse of the enemy working for the enemy. How do you do that? He can turn you against your own people and you don't even realize it. Make you angry enough that you now curse the Most High and you don't even know you did it. The sorcerer has done this. He made people get angry enough to now say, oh, now you work for me. Okay? That's the goal. This is the big one here. I hate this joker. We fighting because the problem is he knows the Most High's law about certain things. I fight this joker every day. That's why when you say you can cast him out, but then he come back. You keep casting him out, then he come back. You keep casting him out, he coming back. Why? You made a deal. He coming back. See, and that's the concept with the whole reason for how the church is making billions of dollars. Because what you're doing is, oh, you cast out demons, but they're coming back. You cast out demons, but they're coming back. Why? Because Satan can't cast out Satan. So they're making it look like I'm running away. Oh, I'm coming back. Oh, I'm running away. Oh, I'm coming back. To make it look good for the wizard. That's the whole reason why Masquerading said, I don't want you to keep coming back to me. Once I do this, your job is to keep them away. When you start to envy someone that the Most High has anointed, who becomes the demon now? Right there. You are now fighting. That's why Tata Kongo said, this is why they want to make the Christians lawless. By saying that, oh, the law is nailed to the cross. The people who taught this, that's part of the 501c3 to get a loan for a church. They scapegoated that and it came out. Because I know that who said it, I'm like, hey, I told you, they like to scapegoat the people that work for them. They're going to always do this. Okay? When your house is not clean, who are you, or even your clothes are not good, you're dealing with this joker. Okay? This is why Tata nZambi has always told us, and Masquerading said the same thing. You cannot tell anybody how they should live if your house is not in order. See, as a watchman, do you understand that what the dragon is trying to get me to do is not warn you of his people that are out there to play tricks? That's what I was born to do. And it was like, I thought I was going down the right road from the beginning, like the people who raised me, and I never was. And they lied about it. And they lied to everybody else too. The problem is when you catch it, now they gotta do what? Stop you from telling anybody else. Because then when you tell other people, then the kingdom of Lucifer will fall. And the power goes back to the people who deserve it. But then in that process, the devil always got his tricks. Oh, well, then I'll go after the people whose job it is to do that, to make them hate each other. He always has a plan. Okay? I have said this to so many people is you never let your guard down. I said, man, my problem is in my family, in my life, in my world, I have forgotten that rule. Because he's never going to continue to stop attacking. You let your guard down, you're going to let in people who don't belong to destroy the sheep. The one thing that I hate about this sorcerer, he has convinced the world and many people that that is what I'm doing. I'm here to destroy the Most High sheep. I'm like, what? No, I'm here to destroy the sorcerer. Oh no, he's not here to destroy the sorcerer. He's here to destroy the sheep. Whammy. No, don't trust this guy. Don't talk to this guy. Oh no, you know why? The whole system that they make money off of goes boom. All the exploitation, all the super rich people who are driving around in their nice cars and doing all this stuff, and you don't understand that they are actually using sorcery and they're lying about it. Yeah, they want to get rid of the guy that's causing them problems. You taking away the gravy train, bruh. You getting rid of our this is what the house Negro was all about. Oh no, man, you messing with our good times. Those good folks. You messing with our stuff. We worked so hard to get to where we are now, and now you trying to ruin it. No, the point is you should have never been there in the first place. That's the problem. We should have never had to do that. If you weren't so blind to the fact that we were getting played. That's the issue. This is how these wicked gods operate. They're going to make you think you need them when you don't. They're going to make you think that the one you should need, you're going to reject. That's the world today. So now you got to go and make a living rather than shown how to make a living. You got to understand there's a difference between making a living and being shown how to make a living. That's the problem. You're too busy trying to make a living when the Most High makes the living for you. It's right there in the scriptures. You got nothing to worry about. The Most High take care of everything. They have convinced you, oh man, I went to school. I did everything that I did to get what I have. I'm going to, I said, you don't understand. That's not the Most High's way. You got bamboozled. That's not how it works. From the time you are born, you have your job in place. From the time you are born, you already know what to do. It is your choice to whether you do it or not. From the time you are born, you already know how to work in the vineyard, in his kingdom. Your obligation, your job. That's why when he comes looking for it, did you do it? I gave you like when he talks about giving you things, he's giving you the means to do your job. What did you do with it? Did you pay me back? No, I went. What you don't understand is in that parable where you're talking about, I gave you, what did you do with it? Oh, I went and buried it. That's what religion is. You're burying it and you're not working for him. You're the third person. In Christianity, Islam, Judaism, you are that third person that said, I didn't go work, I did something else. I went and saved. That's why they condition you to the banking system. You are that third person that's taking what you got and you're saving it and you're putting it away. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can find that scripture. The three. Let me see if I can find. I don't remember by heart. I just remember it. I just don't remember. All right. I'm going to go to the other Matthew, not this version, because it's still kind of, you know, we're going to talk about the workers in the vineyard. And like I said, man, you know, if people want to think that I'm not telling the truth or whatever, you know, you're welcome to say so. All I know is I came down here to fight against the Anunnaki and the witchcraft and all the things that they're doing, and they're going to make you think that I'm wrong. And I'm like, that's fine. You know, that's the whole goal, is I'm trying to get people back to Kuswa Kongo Fumu Yisu and away from these fake Yahwehs to the real one. But then at the same time, I'm trying to make sure that I don't start working for them without knowing it and start telling people things that aren't true when they're actually spinning your head around. Because I know how Enlil and Enki work. They are very good. They are very crafty in how they're doing their game. I always knew that, and I had to fight them before. We banished them. We banished them several times, and they're back here doing the same garbage. We banished them so many times, it's not even funny. It's like, because we don't ever learn to stop worshiping every other else's God but ours, this is why they came back already. They've been back. They've been back since the 8th. I mean, I'm going to tell you, they came back. That's why they're talking about, oh, the Anunnaki. I said, man, they came back already. They came back when we left the Most High 500 years ago. They've been back. They were over there messing around with the Europeans' head, and yeah, we were doing this. And man, I'm like, you people don't even know these stupid guys. They've been back, man. Oh no, that's a lie. I'm like, okay, y'all believe whatever. Matthew 20. They shape shit, man. I've been talking to a brother about it. He's like, yeah, I've been seeing them. I'm like, yeah, I know. I saw several of them. Several of them I saw. And I saw what they were doing. Okay. And they are pretending that's why they want to tell people, oh no, Jesus was invented. But he's sitting in the ground and Omar. What? That's the master guru stupid telling people. I'm like, oh my. Rome did a lot of things, and that's how they invented him the way that he told the story. The Enlil and Enki are pretending to be the Messiah. That's the man of sin. Like I said, that's Cain. Those are his gods. But you believe whatever you want. It's like, okay, Cain and Abel, that is Cain, that's their gods. And they're gonna always want to trick you into something. And Cain hates his grandparents. Cain hates his parents. That he's gonna always tell you another story. Let's see, where was it? The worker in the vineyard. Watch this. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. I want you to understand who's doing the hiring. Who is doing the hiring and firing? This is why they say you're hired, you're fired. They do this kind of mockery. Okay? Who is doing the hiring of the people, and then who is also doing the firing? Remember that there are people who got fired and acting like they didn't get fired. Okay? For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He agreed to pay them a denarius for the day and send them into his vineyard. About 9 in the morning, he went out and saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. He told them, you also go and work in my vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right. So they went. He went out again about noon, about 3 in the afternoon, and did the same thing about 5 in the afternoon, and he went out and found still others standing around. What are y'all doing? And he asked, why have you been standing here all day long doing nothing? Because no one has hired us, they answered. He said to them, you also go and work in my vineyard. When the evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to the foreman, call the workers and pay them their wages, beginning with the last ones hired and going on to the first. The workers who were hired about 5 in the afternoon, stop, brother. Sorry about that, people. You know how it is with young folks. They're trying to get them to listen. The workers who are hired about, okay, watch this. The workers who were hired about 5 in the afternoon received the denarius. They went, and also who were hired first, they began to receive, but each one of them also received a denarius. When they received it, they began to grumble against the landowner. Okay? I'm going to tell you, this is the whole concept in this fake vineyard, why people grumble about raises and not making enough money. Okay? These who were hired last worked only 1 hour. See, this is like me. There have been people that have been working in the Most High's vineyard for years, doing the right way. They got hired a long time ago. Then here I come along and I got hired at the end. And it's like they think that, oh, I shouldn't get paid for that. You see? And the Most High is like, what are you talking about? How do you know I didn't choose? It's like all these, it's like I have workers out here that I have hired. Who are you to determine who got hired and who got fired? This is what Tata nZambi is talking about. Who was in charge of this? This is what Toko was talking about. He said, it is my job to oversee. And the problem is the Lucifers out here trying to convince people, oh no, he's not doing his job. Do you even know what his job was? Oh no, he's doing this, he's doing. How do you know what he was hired to do? What did the Most High show him he wanted him to do? So then how do you know they're not doing their job if you don't even know what it is? That's part of the biggest problem we're dealing with in this awakening with many people. It's like, how do you know the person isn't doing their job if you don't know what it is and who they are? This is the problem with the secret societies. That's what they know. They know what this person was supposed to do. So they're going to trick you like the person is not doing. They're going to come with all kind of garbage in their sabotage. That's their role. Their role is to, you see the people that's being hired? The secret societies, their job is to sabotage those people while making you think that they're not. They're acting like we're working in the vineyard too. But they're sowing the what? The tares. But we're like, wait a minute. We're surrounded by, the wheat are starting to wake up and say, we're surrounded by tares. What the heck are they telling us? Okay? So now, these who hired one, they said, and you have made them equal to us, the burden of the work of the heat of the day. But the answer to them, I'm not being unfair to you, friend. Didn't you agree to the work, whatever? So it's like I told you, before you came down here, you had a contract with the Most High to do whatever he told you to do. Now, if you're doing it, he's going to pay you according to what we agreed on. If you're not doing it, get away from me. I don't know you. The problem is there are people who think they have a contract with the Creator that he has never spoken to. And so therefore, they're out here working like he has a contract with them. and he doesn't. And then there are those out here he has a contract with. They're not even doing anything. They're standing around not working in his eyes. Or you're busy working for the other contractor. It's like I said. The whole mockery is you have the carpenter. There's two different carpenters. There's the one who's building his kingdom his way. And then there's another carpenter who's building the kingdom his way. The biggest deception in this world that people don't understand is you think you're working for the carpenter when you're working for the false carpenter. You're working for the good mate, the false mason, and not the real mason. When it comes to the whole concept of building. You're working for the guru, Master Esau, Jesus Christ, and not Mfumu Yesuwe Kongo, the Simon Toko, the original one. But see, the problem is, he can fire you. How does he fire you? You're a worker of iniquity. You're bringing people to the wolves in sheep clothing. So then if he fired you, now who do you work for? You work for the Annunaki. You work for the Watchers. You work for all these wicked gods now. And they're going to pretend like they're not doing bad things. You see? And that's why when you faced Tata nZambi, you said, what did you do for me? What did you have? How did you build? You also have to be accountable for how you treated the people you were building the kingdom for. How did you treat my sheep while you were building my kingdom? Understand Matthew very well when he said, what am I going to find you doing when I come back to my vineyard? When he says, how did you treat the sheep? That's the issue with the trickery of that fake Jesus. He's making you abuse them and do bad things to them while you're thinking the opposite. That's the strong delusion the Most High is putting on people. You don't understand. Many people don't have this understanding that as a shepherd, there's being stern, and then there's being vindictive. There's a difference. Vindication and stern are two different things. If you're looking for payback, meaning that you're looking to get even with somebody that you felt did you wrong, that's why Kepler said, don't return sin for sin. Let the coals heap on their head. See, when people go talking trash about me, I'm so glad for my mother. She taught me a long time ago, is it true? No. Then let it go. I love that woman for that. I wish that they would understand that, I was raised in this, I'm not saying I don't have a hatred for those people, but the Masons, you're in a Masonic temple in the whole world that they have created. It isn't just in your church, it's everywhere, and they are sowing tares. That's why they don't like what I'm preaching. They know they're working for the master guru, Jesus Christ, the sorcerer. No, but you're exposing that. Now they want to keep telling people this guy don't know what he's talking about. Oh, no, this dude, I don't understand this. It's like, look, You cannot replace the high priest. No way. And if you're following somebody that's telling you they did, good luck. Good luck. I'm telling you. Okay? Because I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. When Masindisi said there will become many that will say they are me. Okay? There are many. He said that person is Enlil. That person is Enki. That person are the watchers. Those are the deceit. Those are the false gods. And they're all different colors. How do you think they came up with the people in West Africa talking to those other black gods that they think the Christians took them away from, and they're the same? That's the deception. You're going to find out they are the same. They just change color on you. I know who runs Atlantis. And I'm fighting the king and queen of Atlantis. And they're not white. Believe that. So, like I said, the king and queen of Atlantis, they are not white. But you can believe what you want. They can change themselves to resemble anybody. And like I told people, that's what I told one brother. I'm like, I'm so sorry you're having to go through this on their behalf because they're not being honest. And they are always going to turn your heart away from Tata nZambi when they make you ticked off. Or they make you do things, they make you have any one of these sins that the Most High said to get away from. I am fighting them with so much things, okay? I am fighting for I am standing, I am not trying to be the shepherd that runs away when the wolf comes. I don't think so. I'm standing there. They've said, I have had people say things. I'm like, I don't give a doggone. If that happens, so be it. But that's the way this goes. I am not going to give them over to these Anunnaki liars and these other false gods running around talking about who they are. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And the sad part about it is they coded what's coming in the movies. I know I had to tell my brother, said, we got to get on top of this because I see they coded it. There are so many people taking you to the NWO, it's not even funny. There are so many people that are there to work the opposite side. It's not even funny. There are so many people that are there to masquerade. It's not even funny. The Bana Betu of nZolele is legitimately the truth, whether you want to believe it or not. Abantwe is the truth, Kingunza. But even those people talked about the people who would come and misrepresent who they are. They did that. Everyone, Masindisi said there will always be people to misrepresent the truth for these false gods. He was well aware of them. You think Thor was white? Thor is not white. He's black. He just turned white. You think Odin was white? He's black. He just turned white. Mr. and Mrs. Claus are really black. Like their son Tammuz that we were weeping for. The master guru Esau, Jesus Christ, is Tammuz, and he is black. He is a wizard. He is a warlock. He is a big-time sorcerer. Like his mother, like his father, the dragon, Amun-Ra. And those people will keep you wandering in the wilderness always and will find some way to get you back to these Anunnaki, and it is garbage. I am here to fight them. They don't want me to do that. And like I told you, they speak Kikongo very well. They even get initiated in it. I saw that. That's why I saw the video. I'm like, yeah, I now see the guy was doing the initiation into the Masons in front of the Baphomet in Kikongo. You think they don't know the Most High's language? You fool yourself. Ingita, hallelujah. Bayeti Nkosi. All praises to Tata nZambi and Pungu. We're going to continue to do our best to fight this fight. I said, I know I'm going to warn you. They have coded it. It's going to go down very soon. They are coming. They are bringing Nibiru and their mockery. It is just like they did on the dark side of the moon and then the other stuff that they did it. Okay? The people don't know. Like when he stood up there, he said, what better planet can give me 8 billion workers? That is Cain. That was saying that. The master guru Esau, Jesus Christ, and he was, that's Enlil, that's Enki, that's who that is in Sentinel Prime. And what city were they standing in? The one they hate, Chicago, Kikongo. Okay? They can say the name. Oh, yeah. Bakongo, they'll say Congo, they'll say it. But they hate it. They will pretend to love the Most High. They'll sing in even in these Congolese churches. Oh, how great is the, oh, but they really throwing up the middle finger in their heads. Mocking him. But the problem is they can also make you to where you get so mad you flipped because you didn't pay attention. I have warned people, I don't know how many times. That they were going to do what they call mock the gorilla. When they go and make faces at the gorilla, you know, call him all kind of names, you know, do whatever they do when they and you represent the gorilla. That's why you're hated. You cannot then do what? Let them get to you. That's what they want. That's the whole goal, because when they get to you, then they can put their agents in. They can backdoor you with all kind of people. He's not paying attention. He's distracted. She's distracted. Whomever, you're distract anybody. That's what they wanted to do. They get everybody upset. You're not paying attention. You're doing other things. Okay? That's why I said, look, I watch what they're doing. I see it. I see the interactions. I see what they're causing. And I'm like, how do you not see this? I know what the game is. They tried it on me. I'm like, I ain't going for it. I'm not going to play that game with you. Okay? I'm done. I'm not going there with y'all. If you want to continue to mock your own father and mock his kingdom and do what they do, that's why I've been saying, if they're going to be ignorant, let them stay ignorant. Let them stay under that delusion and keep working for the fake Yahweh, who really was black. And I'm like, this is so stupid. You're mocking the Most High like an ape, and your God is black too. What are you talking about? That's the stupidness. But whatever. In my eyes, I'm not calling them stupid. But it's like, that's just foolishness to me. How you gonna sit there and mock the person? It's like, what are you talking about? Your fake Yahweh was, like I said, look, they were black. Okay? But that's the whole concept of how they play this game. That is what they did to Solomon's head. That's what they did to Davidi when he lost, not Davidi, when Intinu Solomon lost favor with the Most High, then he had to go seek it from a what? An oracle. Who is the power behind the oracle? Lucifer, these false Anunnaki gods, these witches and warlocks out here. That's why he said, you kick them all out. You tricked me. You are supposed to, from the house of David, the house of the house of nZolele, what are you doing? Remember, you are not loved. Again, understand the context of who we are. You are not loved when you come from your own house. A lot of these scriptures that we're reading from, they didn't even come from Rome. But they came from that wizard who taught them these things. And the Sanhedrin and the people who were among us. Remember, they've spent years in our kingdom learning how we do things. That is the reason why Kuso Kongo said, do not give it back to them. What are they going to do to you? See, the problem is we're going to start giving it back to them, and then what happened is now they turning people's hearts away from the Most High. So the knowledge is great that you have, because I mean, Solomon, it ain't like that Solomon's knowledge went away. But now you're going to teach it Enlil and Enki's way, and not Tata nZambi's way. This is the deception that they like to pull on people. They always going to get you back to the harlot that hates the Most High, can't stand him, gonna always try to destroy his Basantu. That's why she tricked Solomon. That's why she tricked Ahab and Jezebel. That's why she did all of these things throughout our history. Who do you think sent the Portuguese into Congo? Oh, let's go there. Who sent the Portuguese into the Congo? Were the Annunaki. Yeah. The Anunnaki sent the Portuguese and Rome because they were running them. The Greek gods and all of that. That was who Diego Cal was praying to, was Enlil and Enki. and Jupiter and Jupiter was Jehovah was them, the fake Yahweh, Lucifer, yes. All right, I'm gonna play the song. Again, I don't own the rights to the song. Actually, we're gonna let's go to. Let me talk about cut off, the word that's common with it. Kitini Yinabo Kizengaka. If this is what Tata nZambi does to you, Yave Kongo, which is why many people say, well, I didn't even know him in the first place, so I ain't even worried about it. I think he's Lucifer. Okay. But then Lucifer can also make you turn against him again, many times. People have done, I'm trying to tell you, that's why when they said don't return to your vomit, and this is the problem I'm dealing with. Many people don't understand. It's like in America and Europe and everything, you're always in vomit. You're standing in it, knee deep in vomit. Because the problem is you're going to go from one problem to the next and don't even know it. You may have got rid of smoking, but now you're still a pagan. See, like I told people, when I was able to do what I did through the Most High, it was like it stopped right away. It was not, they didn't even want to go back. It was gone, okay? It couldn't come back unless they were tricked into smoking again. It's gone, okay? If you're having a problem with something that's not leaving you and it's not gone, it's because you're still dealing with an issue that is with the law, that the Most High didn't get rid of, that the sorcerer gets your power from, whatever curse the Most High did. And those who work for that sorcerer are going to make you keep thinking you got rid of it when you didn't, so that when you face the Most High, you look like an idiot, like Esau. Especially if they have been, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If they have been rejected by Tata nZambi, they want you to join them. And you may not even know they have. If they have been rejected by King Kongo, if they have been Kintini Yinabul Kizinkaka, Gaka, they want you to look like a fool just like they did. It's always like this. That's Esau's spirit. He wants you to look a fool when you come back to the Most High. That's why the other nations are clueless, that they don't even get. It's like, no, you're already the donkeys, so what are you coming up here for? If you are already the bastard, okay, you're not rising up anywhere. That's why people walk around in ignorance. Just carry on, do as you do whatever, do everything but feed the sheep. If you start feeding the sheep, now we got a problem. And they're going to always try to get the shepherd to turn back to the false side. Okay? Yeah, so that whole thing that's getting ready to come down, I'm letting you know it's going to get ugly. They're going to hit you, that you're going to get blindsided. You're supposed to. When Toko said the real Messiah comes like a thief and he ain't going to come back the way you think, I said, yep. I said, no, they tricked these people into how he's coming back. They don't even know. I mean, I said, he ain't even up there right now. He's watching everybody. They said, oh no, the Bible says, okay. Remember, Master Esau, Guru Jesus Christ wrote the canon because he's Canaan. That became the Biblios because he's Helios Biblios. Okay? But you cannot go back to Helios Biblios and help work and help bring the sheep. No way. That's why it's a struggle every day for repentance. You need to make sure you get repentance to continue to work in the vineyard. But if you completely cut off, it's like, I don't think so. You're not even close. Because remember who does the hiring and remember who does the firing. And if you never even got hired, that's why he says many are called but few are chosen. That means you didn't get hired. I didn't even hire this person, but they're doing it anyway. It's like, you know, I hired this person and I already fired them. So you shouldn't even be working with them. Okay? That's the concept of making sure as we work in this awakening, and I'm speaking even for myself, is to never bring harm to those we're trying to bring away from the wolves in sheep's clothing. Don't ever do that. That's words of wisdom. Don't harm the sheep that are supposed to be saved. You know, I mean, but like I said, I don't know everything. I'm not going to even I said, now I'm just so glad that the Most High answered the prayer. And I'm hopeful. And I remember he said, I've been preparing this the whole time. And I got this revelation. I'm like, oh, wow. Now I know my whole life came into revelation why I liked a particular place, why I was connected to this name. I even had a friend that had, you know, the name was always there in front of me. You know, I never understood that. The name was always right there. I just didn't know what it was. But then when I found out what it was, I realized, but so does the sorcerer. He knows what it is. Okay? And his goal is to always to get you to do the opposite of what Yahweh did. Curse the Most High. He never did that. And I'm telling people, man, look, that's the goal of the people who work for the enemy in stealth mode. Get them to curse the Most High. Then we win. That's the goal. Without even realizing they're cursing the Most High. Then we win. That's the game. Well, guess what? Not everybody's going to do that. And they're going to find out who didn't and who did real soon. You see? Zolakwingi and Sambololo and Awezi Yave Kongo Kutwala. And like I said, please, family, Wakanda, know the difference between the guru and the one who came to destroy the guru. Okay? There's a difference really between the wizard and the one who is never a wizard. The hypocrite is a wizard. The one who is never a hypocrite is not the wizard. Don't keep letting the Wizard of Oz take you down the rabbit hole of Enki and Enlil and all these Anunnaki gods and these watchers. Don't let it happen, because I'm telling you, that fake Yahweh is black. He was, and he, like I said, he was black. I said, look, I just showed you who showed up in the garden and was trying to trick them that he was the Most High. Okay? But anyway, Zola Quingi, Sambalolo, where's the Yave Kongo Kutwala? And like I said, Wakanda, many people have good information. You can eat the meat and spit out the bones. Because a lot of there's some good knowledge that's there from people that's bringing it. But like I said, I know who the father of the Anunnaki are, and they can't stand him. And they will always try to make you reject that guy. Okay? Ingeta, hallelujah. Like I said, Cain knows who his father is, and he's going to always make you reject the truth. That's how it works. Ingeta. Oh, did the music? Where is it? Let's do, sorry. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put it here or if I'm going to play it on the TV. Because sometimes it's better to do it like that. Let me do it on the television. I don't know. Where is it at? The remote. It's with Zoom. I don't know. Sometimes that's why I said I want to get this StreamYard better.
I'll take it in.
All praises, Kimber, hallelujah. So, yep, I knew he would say something like that. And I don't own the rights to the music. This is only for the edification for this channel. Yeah, that's why they don't want the black people, especially Bana Betu, to wake up to the right enemy. Then you'll destroy the fake black false messiah. Because it was a fake black false messiah that led us astray in the first place. Think about it. All this stuff that we've gone through over the last couple of thousands of years is him. Murders, going to prison, school, all this stuff that we've been doing, education, having to go and spend money on all kinds of things for people, making people, plenty of food, and then you gotta get, the whole money thing, the whole banking system, is all him. But he always wants to be the only Messiah. When the Mfumu used to say, I want many like me. Okay? The sorcerer gonna always say, no, I'm the only one. And the Most High is like, no. Mr. Kongo said, there will be many like me. Kongo said that in the 60s. If you go listen to the video, he said, there will be many like me, and you won't be able to stop it. That's the whole reason why they've been putting these, why they went and started running interference on his prophecy. To start neutralizing the threat. Okay, that's what they've been doing out here. They said, oh no, Wonder Woman and Elizabeth Ba'al said, no, we're not going to have many like you. We're going to go after them. Okay, and that's what they did. They've been doing that. Said, oh no, the wizards were like, oh no, they can't be more like you. No way. And the witch said the same thing. Oh no, we need to stop this. That's who these people take their orders from. It always was. Enlil and Lily. Yes. And they made you think Enki was on the opposite side when they're on the same side. I'm like, yeah, right. They're all the same. That's the good, bad thing, the good cop, bad cop. And the Watchers, the fallen angels, they were originally melanated angels. They know that. Like I said, the crown versus the Halo Kingdom, this is the war. And the crown kingdom's gonna rule, gonna win. And it's already done with General Thade, okay, coming. General Thade is in Mfumu and Simba Ayuda, who's gonna take down all of his enemies. Okay, with Tata, nZambi, Mfumu, you know, nZolele, okay? And you're going to see the basura, like I told you. Read Isaiah 4:3. This is where we are right now. Sorry. Hey. I'm still recording. I'm really so sorry, people. You know, it says, don't be afraid, for I am with you. I will bring your descendants from the east, and I will gather you from the west. And I will say to the north, give them up. And to the south, don't hold them back. Bring my sons from far away, and my daughters from the ends of the earth. Everyone who bears my name, whom I created for my glory, I formed with, yes, I made him. See, everyone who bears my name. Bring forward the people who are blind but have eyes, also the deaf who have ears. All the nations are gathered together, and the peoples are assembled. Who among them proclaim this and reveal what happened in this? Let them bring their witnesses to justify themselves. That's true. You are my witnesses. That is what Tatoli means. Why did I tell you? They got 2 witnesses out there in the New Testament. Who are the witnesses? This is why the New Testament was modified. And my servant whom I have chosen, okay, so that you can know and trust me. What is why did we say Yahweh Wiza Watu Sa Di Sa? Who is the servant, like I said, of who is the servant of humankind? The imposter guru, or the Wiza Mfumu Yesuwe Kongo? Okay, who do we have the covenant with? That Rome put on the stake. That's why the wizard going to keep telling you, oh no, he was done like this. The wizard knows how he was done because he was there. He watched it happen. Okay? That's why he said his army, it says they will not, nothing will stop them. This is why we got to be very careful, and this is my problem. Stop dwelling on past events and brooding over times gone by. I am doing something new. It's springing up. Can you see it? I am making a road in the desert, rivers in the wasteland. The wild animals will honor me. The jackals and the ostriches, because I have put water in the desert for my chosen people to drink, the people I formed for myself. This is why you cannot be equal, but join. You cannot be above, but with. The sorcerer has deceived the whole world, and the Most High does not love everybody because he cannot love someone who is practicing paganism. Then he's a hypocrite. No, he's going to spit you out. The sorcerer is a deceiver. He cannot love people practicing paganism. Cain is a liar. Engita, Sambalolo, Zola. Okay? Bayete and Kosi, Salakyambote. And like I said, you know, I have said to people over the times that, and I remember I did a teaching a few years ago, and I said, you're going to be surprised to see who's playing on the other side, whether they knew it or not. I have seen who's playing. I now understand. I have witnessed. I am Tatoli. I am witnessing to you that the false God, the false Yahweh, is playing his game. And he's going to always keep you with his mother that he came from. And he hates the Most High, but he's going to act like he loves him. That's how the game is played, people. Anyway, Zola Quingi Sambalolo, in the Ways Yave Kongo Kutwala, Ingita. I would say, you know, Zola, Saku Panzu and Zinga, you know, understand that, like I said, the knowledge is known on both sides. You got to discern it because the Anunnaki know the truth, but they will bring you to a lie. Ingita, hallelujah.